Most people assume wealthy people think about money constantly, obsessing over every dollar, chasing every opportunity, always calculating, always optimizing. The reality is almost the exact opposite. The wealthiest people think about money the least, because they have built systems that mean they do not have to. But how they think about it when they do? That is where everything is different. And almost none of it is what you have been told. The first thing that surprises people: wealthy individuals are far more focused on not losing money than on making more of it. This is called loss aversion at a sophisticated level. Warren Buffett's two most famous rules of investing are Rule 1, never lose money. Rule 2, never forget Rule 1. This is not a joke, it is a philosophy. The average person chases returns, the wealthy protect principal, because they understand that losing 50% of your money requires a 100% gain just to break even. Protecting what you have is mathematically more powerful than chasing what you want. The second mental shift is time horizon. The average investor checks their portfolio daily or weekly, reacting to every fluctuation. Wealthy investors think in decades. They make a decision, buy an index fund, purchase a property, start a business, and then they largely ignore it for years. Research shows that the most profitable brokerage accounts are ones that were forgotten or owned by deceased investors who never touched them. The best investment strategy in history is the one you can stick with for 30 years without changing it. Wealthy people are not smarter about markets, they are more patient with time. Most people see money as the destination. Wealthy people see it as the vehicle. This is not a motivational phrase, it is a structural difference in how decisions get made. When money is the goal, you hoard it, fear losing it, and make decisions based on protecting the feeling of security. When money is the tool, you deploy it into assets, into businesses, into opportunities, because you understand that deployed money builds more money. A hammer sitting in a drawer does not build anything. Money sitting in fear does the same. Here is one almost nobody talks about. Wealthy people do not think about returns. They think about after-tax returns. A 10% return sounds identical whether you earn it in a standard brokerage account or a tax-advantaged retirement account. It is not. In a taxable account, that return is reduced by capital gains tax. In a tax-advantaged account, it compounds untouched. The difference over 30 years is not small. It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars from the same investment simply by placing it in the right account type. The wealthy obsess over tax efficiency not because they are greedy, but because they understand that the return you keep is the only return that matters. Every financial decision a wealthy person makes includes a question most people never ask. What else could this money be doing? This is called opportunity cost, and it changes every calculation. Buying a new car for $40,000 is not just a $40,000 decision. It is a $40,000 decision plus every dollar that money could have compounded into over the next 20 years, which at 10% annually is $260,000. Wealthy people are not cheap. They are acutely aware that every dollar has an alternative use, and they weigh that alternative before spending. Most people measure financial success by net worth, the total number. Wealthy people measure it by cash flow, how much income arrives every month without requiring their active time. A person with $2 million in a bank account and no passive income is less financially secure than a person with $500,000 in assets generating $4,000 a month in rent, dividends, and interest. Net worth is a snapshot. Cash flow is a heartbeat. One tells you what you have, the other tells you how long you can survive, and eventually whether you ever have to work again. The final and perhaps most important difference is emotional. Most people experience money with fear, shame, anxiety, and excitement, emotions that lead to reactive decisions. Wealthy people have largely decoupled their emotional state from their financial decisions, not because they are cold, but because they have pre-made the decisions. Rules established in calm moments govern behavior in emotional ones. Automatic investments mean the market crash does not require a decision. A written investment policy means a hot stock tip does not require a response. They have removed themselves from the moment of decision, and that removal is worth more than any investment strategy. Every single difference I just showed you has one thing in common. None of them require a high income to adopt. Thinking in decades costs nothing. Focusing on not losing costs nothing. Understanding opportunity cost costs nothing. Pre-making decisions costs nothing. These are mental frameworks, ways of processing financial reality that are available to anyone willing to learn them. The gap between how wealthy people think and how most people think is not intelligence. It is not luck, it is not starting capital, it is exposure, and you just got some. Wealthy people are not a different species. They are not operating with information you cannot access. They have built mental frameworks around money that most people were simply never taught. The frameworks are learnable. The habits are buildable. The only thing separating the way you think about money right now from the way they do is what you choose to do with what you just heard. Share this with someone who thinks wealthy people just got lucky. Next video is right there.